Alright, TCC challenge time, and we are doing the Xtreme challenge. And I do not, as I mentioned before, like the music that plays on the stage typically, so we're going for some Zack themed music instead. A little bit of Jeff plays guitar. Hopefully he doesn't mind me using the music without his permission, and doesn't sue me. Seems pretty unlikely. Anyways, we're doing the Xtreme challenge here, which is to bring one Final Fantasy VII character. No budget team this time, unfortunately. I tried a few things with Aerith, but I'm just got fed up with the stage, especially after the challenge quest. Doing that with a budget team enough times and coming so close to the end and beating it with 101 turns a few times. So we're just gonna power through it with these guys. I think last TCC challenge I used Fujin as well, and then I used Keiss, which I did try for here, but it didn't work out as well for reasons. Plus I need a healer, and Keiss isn't going to heal. I did try a few things with Aerith, Keiss, and Fujin, but it just wasn't enough damage between the three of them at the end, and the second wave is really beefy. They have a lot of HP, so damage is more important for this one. So I guess we can talk about Zack a bit. Great tank, still does a good amount of damage despite being a tank. Heals himself, drops brave damage down by a lot. I don't think he'll ever take any brave damage once he gets Apocalypse up and going. There you go. Sherlotta has her own sphere. I think that's a good investment. She's great with a lot of teams. Obviously she's not like perfect user with every team, but she certainly is pretty close to that. She's quite flexible and universal. You just don't see me use her a lot because, well, she's purple. And I mean that as in, I gave her 3 ingots. And so I don't have her set up as a budget unit. You could use her as a budget unit, but she really wants at least that second ingot to start with her extra damage buff, I guess? The buff that causes extra HP damage. Plus you kind of have to weigh out things with Sherlotta. Her healing, for example, is only up an HP regen, so as opposed to someone like Aerith, she can't just heal you all the way up from a low number, heal everybody, and stuff like that. And then she doesn't really, she's a little bit like Fujin, like Raijin, where she just kind of wants to make the rest of her team amazing and take as few turns up as possible, and then nuke the enemies with her second skill as they're low on HP, because she doesn't care about brave, well, her second skill doesn't care about brave damage depreciation, because it just goes off with battering everyone. Quite good though. Oh yeah, I guess I don't have any LP for this turn. Keep forgetting about that. Sherlotta also provides a little bit of poison effect, so that comes in handy for this wave. As does Fujin VX. I mean, that's not exactly poison, that's just attack them right after they take a turn. But it's handy when they take double turns, and then try to blow up your whole team on the second turn. With Fujin, the big thing is, like, I would say, yeah, Fujin's probably the key unit here. Just want to make sure to keep the speed buff up, the wind and peril on. Sherlotta's pretty simple. Like, are her 2 buffs up? If not, get the missing one up, and then just do an HP attack. Like, she's pretty simple. You don't really have to think too hard with her. Same with Zack, he's typically pretty simple. Keep his buffs up if you can. Definitely keep his shield from Apocalypse up. Try to use one skill and then just HP attacks in between his Apocalypse castings, and his shields should always stay up. Just make sure he doesn't run out of skills, I suppose. the Fujin with her wind resistance down is able to break those metal scorpion things right after they take a turn. So that's pretty handy. Yeah, I would say Sherlotta is actually really good for this one because of her poison, her brave poison, and her HP regen. They're both pretty handy for this stage. Yay, big launches. So yeah, no banned units. I think Eldenarsh was available for this, which was interesting. I believe I tried Eldenarsh, but the thing is, you don't want to necessarily take Eldenarsh and Zack. Outside of when the enemies just attack everyone, Eldenarsh won't be targeted that much. I mean, I could probably make that work. But, too late now. Oh well. And then other than heirs, I mean, I don't really have anybody built up properly. I have Cloud at 3-3 for ingots, but I never gave his character boards because, well, why would I? So it was pretty much just Aerith or Zack. And when I got frustrated with Aerith teams, I was like, you know what, I'm just bringing Zack and we're going to call it a night. It's taking too long. We did Emperor's Challenge Quest. I just uploaded that. Well, Challenge Quest for Emperor's Lost Chapters. With a 3-3 Kefka with an LD, no burst. Emperor at 1 out of 3. The 1 ingot allows him to apply all of his traps to the enemy. With his DX casting. So that's pretty handy. I didn't comment on that one because, well, time. 10 out of 10. Took me too many tries. Furion did better than I thought he would, though. His Weapons Master EX is up pretty often and does full damage to everyone. So when Furion gets his rework, I imagine he'll be quite good. Pulled for Realm and Straga. Got them both in 20,000 gems, so that was pretty nice. Still don't have Ash's EX. Wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not, but not going to try too hard for it. Might be fun to try or make her work in a few situations, but yeah. Final Fantasy XII isn't exactly a favorite of mine anyways. So, nope. Does Ash ever come back and get better? I don't remember. She and Fang and Cyan kind of get shot at in this game, but oh well. And he's battering himself up, but I kind of wish that the poison would kick in before Fujin's little attack, but it doesn't. I mean, I guess the poison kicks in at the beginning of the turn, and they take their turn, then Fujin's little attack kicks in. Something like that. It's the same thing with Emperor's Traps when I was using him with Kefka. Emperor's Traps would activate before Kefka's Brave Sap. Which kind of stinks. Well, I mean, it is what it is. The sap can't break them, but the traps can, and so they just don't end up getting broken. If the traps by themselves aren't able to break them, oftentimes they're just taken down to 0 because Kefka's sap is so bloody powerful. Kefka's actually, I would argue if you don't have Kefka's LD, he's still extremely powerful. Emperor, on the other hand, really relies heavily on his LD. Maybe I'll bring him by now that I've actually kind of built him for a couple of budget runs, but we'll see. Without his LD, he lacks quite a bit. Whereas Kefka, on the other hand, I would argue is still extremely powerful without his LD. Just a bit tricky to build in Peril Enchant teams. Same with Amidatelion, a little tricky to build in Peril Enchant teams, but still possible. have to work at it a bit. I guess I've commented on this stage so many times. With all the budget teams I'm running, it's like, well, what else to talk about? When am I gonna summon? I want to have Sherlotta's skill 2 in a good position to use when I summon, as well as Fujin DX. And that's because of the increased max spray. They'll both benefit from it. Granted, Chocobo summon doesn't provide a lot of extra max sprays, but we'll take what we can get. Although I'm pretty sure we beat the stage by a lot. But why wouldn't we? It's not a budget team after all. I'm gonna pump out some budget teams for Straga's stage pretty soon. Funny feeling I'm gonna be using my 0-3 Gabrant on that one a lot. Probably blind the bad guys on that team, the enemies on that team. I'm pretty sure their shields only last for one wave, but let me wait till I actually play the stage before I comment on that too much. So, I will note here that the enemy's debuffs have all fallen off, and I did not reapply them just now. So if they want to hit me with that laser, which it looks like B does, that could be a problem. Luckily, Sherlotta provides enough HP regen, both naturally and with her orb, that it's not going to be a big problem. Or at least nothing we can't recover from. With Zack, we did bring him into the final wave with full HP, so he can take advantage of his soldier's grit buff. That's important to do. Yeah, now I'm like, oh shoot, they don't have any debuffs. Well, this is actually a really nice launch. So, yeah, definitely a good time to hold on to Fujin ZX until... One of the nice things about Fujin is you can get those super high damage EXs like that. Like I was saying, that's one of the problems with Garland or Extra, is they do some really neat stuff, but you're not going to get those really high numbers, those high HP attack numbers outside of their relatively slow recharging EX. Shoot, Fujin out-damages them and empowers the team more so, but whatever, I guess they're older. Well, no, Garland's pretty recent. I don't know. Just some thoughts. X-Death will come up again eventually when he gets the LD. And we'll see how he does then. Actually, X-Death might be good for the next stage, when I think about it, because he doesn't care about the ginormous resistances that the enemies will have. Something to think about. I'm going to try Budget Realm, and I'm going to try Budget Straga. I'm especially looking forward to Budget Straga, because I have a good feeling about that one. But we won't know until we try, for sure. And it's always good to get a budget damage dealer, because I always say the biggest problem budget teams have is dealing enough damage. I'm checking Fujin to see which buff wore off, and it was the attack buff. So I'm going to find that. But it looks like the speed buffs wore off of Sherlotta and the others, but we'll get those back on. Yeah, there you go. I'm like, geez, just use Light of the Crystal already. Yeah, they're both charging up for their laser, which isn't good, so yeah. This was the right time to summon. I'm gonna see if I can spread them out a bit or something. At least make sure that Sherlotta's poison debuff is on them because of Light of Rejection. Sherlotta's going to reject you. Let that be a lesson to you. So even if we don't separate them, which we might here, at least Sherlotta's light of rejection will be on them both. Maybe, depending on what I do here. No, I think it's on them both. Going for the damage, though. This was absolutely the right play to make. Now I have a fantastic launch set up. And then Sherlotta can apply her light of rejection to the enemy. Good job, me in the past, using my big brain. You from the future approves. Buffs back up on Zack and get him ready for the next use of Apocalypse. Yeah, so light of rejection is still on that guy. But I think I still need 2 of it. I don't know, we'll see. Good use of Crystal Core Wave. I guess this would technically separate them, so they don't exactly take their turns twice in a row. Yeah, having a flash on them both was a big help. I would dare say that summon saved me this run. Absolutely. Aha. Did like no damage. This might be a decent... Oh, there we go. There's the launch. Yeah, well above par for the 100 turns. Despite how old of a unit Zack is, still works quite well. I think I've been too liberal in Zack's abilities, so I'm starting to be able to... No, exactly. I've been too conservative with his abilities, so I'm starting to use them up a bit more. Because I know the fight's gonna end soon. Once Sherlotta got her character boards, she became so good. I mean, she was already pretty good, but like, she got so much overflow from those character boards. It's ridiculous. Just how much her skills overflow now from her battery are allies. And the nice thing about battery is it doesn't care about the enemy's defense or brave damage reduction or anything like that. I've done a budget run with Basch recently. Probably no. The Basch is pretty funny. The enemy, your team just never dies. This probably wouldn't be a great one for me to do with Basch, considering I don't think I invested in his character boards, even though I could. But, considering how good Basch is, I've yet to use him. Which is kind of funny. Do I get the Crystal Core Wave? Yep. Goodbye, enemy brave. So you just gotta bring Sherlotta to Strago's chaos. No, again, I won't say anything until I actually do it. Watch, I end up being super wrong. Die here? Nope, one of them. The other one should die right here, and then that'll be that. This will be the 6 TCC Xtreme Challenge. Good stuff. Sorry it wasn't a budget run. But whatever. Get more of those out soon. Good team combos as usual. Sherlotta combos well with everyone. In some ways Zack does too. Time to look at artifacts and spheres. Fujin. Very nice artifacts. And Fujin's own sphere. One day I'll put something else in there. I've been using her a lot more. I should give her more spheres. Zack. Also some great artifacts. Could be improved, but still great. He has his own sphere. And Sherlotta. Good enough artifacts, I suppose. And her own sphere. Thank you for watching.